Finally, we need to talk about how what he's saying undermines public safety operations. If you need to evacuate an area, public safety professionals will issue an evacuation order. And if there is an evacuation order, it really is in your best interest to follow it. However, if there's an emergency and there's not an evacuation order, there's often a shelter-in-place order. Because what public safety professionals need from the public after an emergency is that they stay safe and that they stay out of the way of the response operation. Both of these conditions are met by the public sheltering in place after an emergency unless there's a specific threat to people's homes. What public safety professionals don't need is people needlessly clogging up the roads or potentially putting themselves in danger by going out when they don't need to. So evacuating when you don't need to could very well prevent your first responders and public works crews from getting a handle on the situation and repairing the damage, thus extending the period of time that everyone in the area goes without utilities. Furthermore, dealing with internally displaced people, refugees, is one of the most complicated and expensive parts of emergency management or humanitarian assistance. So unless you have someplace specific you're going where you can care for yourself, leaving your house when you don't need to just adds cost and complexity to the response and recovery operations.